In this video we are going to talk about athletes who went completely broke with dumb decisions. So before starting this video, please like this video and subscribe to this channel for our future updates. Perhaps this is due to the fact that no one ever disagrees with them. Perhaps they are feeling a little guilty about earning more money than we do on a subliminal level. Perhaps they simply don't give a damn because they make so much more money than the rest of us. Whatever the reason, professional athletes have given us with a plethora of situations in which they have been subjected to public scorn. Number 10. Keith Ballard takes out his own goalie, 2009. Disgusted after being at fault for surrendering a goal to Ilya Kovalchuk of the Atlanta Thrashers, Florida Panthers defenseman Keith Ballard took a massive swing at the crossbar to vent his fury. Unfortunately, he instead struck his netminder, inflicting him ear lacerations that necessitated hospitalization. Ballard was not deterred by his first try, which resulted in his teammate's face being broken, and he went on to take another shot at the goal. He shattered his stick in an attempt to calm his rage. Number 9. Albert Haynesworth, pretty much everything. We are not sure where to begin. When Albert Haynesworth kicked Justin Hartwig in the chest at a Tennessee Titans training camp, he had to be held by teammates. In a game against the Dallas Cowboys, he stomped on the skull of Cowboys center Andre Guerrero while his helmet was off, forcing him to require 30 stitches. In addition, he hit a man in the face during a road rage-related altercation. The Redskins' Haynesworth was notorious for his refusal to cooperate with the coaching staff during training in NFL games while he was with the team. Following the stomping event, he stated that he will seek counseling and seek employment with children's organizations. Number 8. Tiger Woods' extramarital affairs. Tiger Woods possessed a plethora of assets. Money, achievement, a family, and the hero worship of millions of young golfers are all on the line for Tiger Woods. However, after crashing his car into a tree and claiming it was due to a private matter, his life began to fall apart. His ill-advised relationships with more than a dozen women came to light, with the actor blaming sex addiction, as well as a sense of entitlement brought on by his fame and riches as the reasons for his behavior. Unsurprisingly, his endorsers began to withdraw their support for him. After the scandal had cooled down, it was believed that Woods had caused a loss of almost $12 billion in the value of his stock. Number 7. Tony Allen regrets showing off. In 2007, the Boston Celtics were trailing the Indiana Pacers by a point when Tony Allen chose to dunk the ball despite the fact that the referee had already sounded the whistle and the ball had already been declared dead. He went down hard, ripping both his anterior cruciate ligament and medial collateral ligament. Additionally, he failed to make the slam dunk. We think he should have simply been thankful that he didn't get penalized for a technical foul as well at this point. Number 6. Zinedine Zidane headbutts Marco Materazzi. Zinedine Zidane is known for his headbutts. Marco Materazzi is a well-known Italian photographer. There's no denying that what you did was a terrible mistake. It happened in the final 10 minutes of extra time of the 2006 World Cup final in Germany. France suffered a heartbreaking 5-3 loss in the penalty shootout because of the absence of Zinedine Zidane. On top of it, he was taking part in his final game of his professional career. Later, he stated that he had no regrets about his decision, and he was presented with the Golden Ball in celebration of his performance as the tournament's most outstanding player, which he accepted. But there's always been something about this episode that's bothered people, no matter how many times they think about it. What was he thinking when he headbutted him in the chest? Zidane was responding to some derogatory remarks made about his sister, which he claimed he couldn't stand anymore and that he had had enough of. What would you expect him to do, given his level of rage? Headbutt him in the face, perhaps. Why not just shove him if he's going to try for the chest all of the time anyway? Number 5. LA Rams, let's ram it. However, despite the fact that it is a simple target, many people fail to believe that someone read through the lyrics and made no inquiries as to how they would be understood. In that case, classics like I like to ram it, as you can see / nobody likes ramming any more than me, and I knew long ago that if you do it exactly right / you can ram it all day and all night would not have been written. Number 4. Sammy Sosa, no habla Inglés. Sammy Sosa was invited to testify before Congress about the usage of performance-enhancing drugs in baseball. He agreed to do so. He has categorically denied ever having used them, and has never been charged with any crime of this type. Sosa was only able to communicate through an interpreter. He was rumored to be unable to communicate in English, despite having performed numerous interviews in English during his career. A similar miracle occurred after the hearing when his understanding of the English language was restored to him. It has to have been the pressure. Number 3. Gilbert Arenas brings guns to work. Arenas' teammate Javaris Crittenton is accused of threatening to shoot Arenas in the knee on December 19, 2009, if Arenas failed to pay his gambling debts. Crittenton was suspended for the incident. When Arenas arrived at the Verizon Center 2 days later, he lay out 4 firearms with a letter that simply said, "Pick one," on each of them. Crittenton responded by drawing a pistol from his own possession and loading a round into the chamber. One of the most astounding aspects of this story is that it took place entirely in an NBA locker room. Arena was sentenced to 30 days in a halfway home, 400 hours of community service, and a $5,000 fine for his actions, which stunned the entire sporting world. Crittenton was placed on 1 year of probation and was not re-signed after that. Crittenton was arrested and charged with the murder of Julian Jones, a mother of 4, who was shot and killed in a drive-by shooting in August 2011. He was allegedly hunting for a man who had stolen jewelry from him earlier in the day. He is currently being held on bail. Number 2. Plaxico Burress fails to walk upstairs. Plaxico Burress was ruled ineligible to participate against the Washington Redskins in 2008 due to a hamstring injury he sustained. As a result, he made the decision to go to a Manhattan nightclub carrying a pistol instead. On his way up the club's stairwell, the gun began to dangle from his waistline, where it had been hidden since the beginning of the night. When he reached into his pants to get it back, he unintentionally shot himself in the leg in the process. Burress was arrested and charged with 2 felony charges of criminal possession of a weapon after being released from the hospital. The Giants punished him for 4 months before releasing him 4 months later. Number 1. Michael Jordan follows his dream. Following his father's murder in 1994, Michael Jordan decided to leave the NBA and pursue the career that his father had envisioned for himself, Major League Baseball. The Chicago White Sox welcomed Jordan to spring training with open arms, and both fans and the media couldn't believe what they were seeing. It was regarded as a gimmick and something that should not be taken seriously by anyone. But Jordan took it extremely seriously and arrived at the cages at 7:30 a.m. every morning to begin his work. As a result of his performance in spring training, Jordan was assigned to Double-A Birmingham, where he batted .202 with 51 RBI, 30 stolen bases, and 114 strikeouts in 127 at-bats. The Scottsdale Scorpions, with whom he played in the 1994 Arizona Fall League, had a .252 batting average, which was good for second place. Despite his ability to smash the curveball, he struggled to do so, and the MLB strike of 1995 was the final nail in his baseball career coffin. There is probably a case can be made that this does not count as a stupid decision because he wanted to show his father respect. But allow us to ask this question to you. If you were one of the greatest basketball players ever, would you switch to baseball because it was more your style? What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.